Hey there, Heather Boyd here. Welcome to day 7 of the 10-day acrylic painting challenge. Today we're doing high contrast monochromatic pet portraits. We are going to take a photo of an animal and go into an app called PixArt and just choose one of the filters to make it more high contrast. So we're just going to go in and find a filter that makes it high contrast, and we will save that image. Now I printed it out on a large piece of paper, and I'm just putting some pencil on the back so I can transfer the image. Later I'll show you how to use transfer paper. And if you have a photo that's not in black and white, you can put the photo in black and white first on the same app. So we're just tracing out the shape, and then we're going to go over it with our pencil on the canvas to define the shapes a little bit better. And then what we want to do is mix a few shades of gray to have our paints ready. So we'll have a few little piles of white paint, and we're going to add some black paint in to make our little blobs of different shades of gray, so they're all ready to go. And then we are going to start filling in areas of color. So you will follow your original printout and try to do all the ones of the same tone at the same time. So just look around your whole piece and then go in with one of the grays and fill in the areas of color. Try not to do too much fine detail because it will take way too long to do. You'll see in this first one I'm doing, it's a little more loose than the second one, and I ended up doing some large areas of color and then just going on top of that with some darker contrasting color. But try to follow your areas. It's almost like a paint by number, kind of a do-it-yourself paint by number, and just really observe the areas of color. Using the app helps. Otherwise you can just use a filter or adjust your contrast to be able to see the areas of lights and darks. So now we're doing some more darker blacks, kind of gray black, to fill in some other areas, and then I'm doing a medium gray to fill in some larger areas here. Keep in mind this video is in fast motion, so we're going to jump and do some more areas. I ended up doing the chest part a little dark, but you can always fix it up as you go if you change your mind about certain areas. Or if you make errors, the acrylics are pretty forgiving. So you see I'm going on top with a lighter gray to make the contrast here. So whatever works for you, you can go ahead and do that. And this one is quite a bit more loose than the second one that I did. So I'm just going a little bit more loose with my lines and the areas of gray. It's a super fun project. And you could do a small one if you think this is going to be too challenging or going to take too long. Keep it simple. You can also Google high contrast images to see if there's something already prepared that you can follow. So now we're going in with a few more light areas over the dark, just to give it a little more punch. And then for the background, I'm just doing a very neutral kind of turquoise mixed with some white. We don't want the background to be distracting. So there we go. And then if you need to do some more touch-ups, I'm going in with some lighter paint to touch up some of the areas as I go. And then a little more dark at the bottom for some contrast. And there's our finished kitty piece. So now I'm going to do Callie. This is Amber's doggy. I found a cute picture of Callie. So we're going to transfer it. I just printed it in high contrast, and I'm going to use transfer paper to transfer the image onto a canvas or a paper. You can use 140-pound watercolor paper for this, and we'll trace it out and then remove that. And it's a little hard to see in the video, but we have the outlines and the shapes. And again, we'll mix our grays, and we are going to fill in those areas, just following our image, taking our time with it, and filling in the areas of gray. I'm using a pretty fine brush with this. If your paint is thick, you can add a little bit of extender or water, and there you go. I would love to see pictures of your creations. You can email photos to heatherboydwire@gmail.com, or you can join my private Facebook group, Heather Boyd Art. You can share photos of your creations from the 10-day acrylic painting challenge and any other of your mixed media artwork. So thanks so much for watching the video. Thank you to everybody who is participating in the 10-day acrylic painting challenge, and we'll see you the next time.